The main component to create the inner rice pod is the sheet metal, which is the base part of the product. There is a few processes involving to create sheet metal. Firstly, a big slab of metal being heated to a certain temperature, and then the slab going into the flat rolling machine to reduce the thickness. The process going to be repeatedly until it achieves the desired thickness. After the thickness is required, then it will be rolled into the final product. For the blanking process, I would like to explain it briefly about the process because people tend to confuse the difference between blanking and piercing. Let's say this is a sheet metal. It will be put on the die and there is a punch that going through the sheet metal and creating holes like this. For the blanking process, the part that came out from the sheet metal is called part, and this one will going to be called scrap. For the piercing, this one is called part, and the part that came out from the sheet metal is called scrap. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Arif Azman, B0921104997. I will explain about deep drawing process after the blanking process. Deep drawing is a type of metal shaping that involves the use of rigid tools such as punch, dies, and blank holder. The blank is sandwiched between the die and the holder, then deformed by the punch squeezing the sheet into the die until it takes on the shape of the die. Before processing begins, the metal plate is secure between the die and the holder, preventing unwanted deformations such as wrinkles. Deep drawing transforms metal sheets into curved piece or creates a small diameter curved part from curved features. To obtain the final shape, a sequence of deep draws is frequently used. Thank you.
Sheet metal embossing is a stamping process of producing raised or sunken design or relief in sheet metal. This process can be made by means of matched male and female rolled die. The sheet metal embossing operation is commonly accomplished with a combination of heat and pressure on the sheet metal, depending on what type of embossing is required. Theoretically, with any of these produced, the metal thickness is changed in its composition. A metal sheet is drawn through the male and female rolled die, producing a pattern or design on the metal sheet. Depending on the roller die used, different pattern can be produced on the sheet metal. Pressure and a combination of heat actually iron whilst raising the level of image higher than the substrate to make it move. The term impressing refer to an image lower into the surface of a material, in distinctions to an image rising out of the surface of a material. In most of a pressure embossing operation machine, the lower rolls block are stationary while the bottom rolls block are movable. Pressure with which the bottom rolls is raised is referred to as the tonnage capacity.
The cold spray process draws small powder particles using the energy stored in compressor. Compressed gas is injected into the cannon through a heating unit, where it emerges at a high velocity through a nozzle, generally a level-type convergent-divergent nozzle. To inject powder material into the high-velocity gas jet, compressed gas is additionally provided via a high-pressure powder feeder. The powder particles are accelerated and immediately heated to a certain velocity and temperature, after which they deform and adhere to create a coating when they strike a substrate. To obtain the required coating, a tight balance of particle size, density, temperature and velocity as with the other processes is critical. Lastly, we move to the finishing process, which is cold spray process.
Here's some video about all the making process to help you guys for a better understand about the manufacturing process of the inner rice pod.